Okay, new guitar, Godin SD. The reason I busted this up, we have a humbucking pickup, dual coil pickup. May sound a little fatter for those of you who use guitars with humbuckers frequently. Might give you an idea how the thing sounds. Changed amps too. I have the Koch Studio Tone from the Netherlands. Who knew there were amplifiers in the Netherlands? I'll just do some screwing around like I was doing before with the other guitar and amp combination. Raw Squid off. Let's see, what else can we do? Let's go over to the humbucker and just do a little more of that open chord stuff that I liked so much before. And I'll start clean. Now I'll put on the distortion pedal with the volume on the guitar on full. Probably going to get a little murky and a little bit cruddy sounding, but then I'll back off the volume, and that's going to give the open chords a nice extra bit of fur or hair, I like to call it. You still get the note separation and definition, but you avoid getting that really aggressive fuzz. But right now we'll go for aggressive first. Back off the volume on the guitar to about 8. I think that's where I like this pedal the best, is on the rhythm, with the volume backed off just a little bit because of that extra guts that it imparts. Doesn't have a whole lot of gain for leads. Okay, we'll try a little bit of lead stuff with the dual coil humbucking pickup, just to see, if there's a little bit of a difference between what the pedal sounded like with the single coils when I was playing the St. Blues. That's just the amplifier. Here comes the distortion. Volume on 10. Now you can hear that had a little bit more bite. I think the humbucker drives the pedal harder, so it gives it a little bit more sting, I guess you could call it. So that's a good thing to remember if this thing's ever on the market. And let's try a middle pickup, just because we have a middle pickup on this guitar. This is a single coil middle pickup, regular old Godin pickup, probably kind of generic sounding. Try some again, first position chords, and I have the volume rolled off, have the raw squid on, and I expect this will sound pretty crunchy and well defined. Not bad. I like the way that it stays tight. It doesn't get all mushy. It just has kind of a really snarly, growling kind of sound. not one of those fuzzes that's going to get away from you and you know, just make it impossible to get note separation. So I have to say I like it, and even though I'm biased, you know, I've played a lot of pedals, and some I like, some I don't. This I like. Maybe not the all-purpose pedal, but I do enjoy playing with it when I bring it out. So okay, one thing I haven't experimented with much with this pedal is combining it with other pedals. Usually a distortion pedal likes to be first in line, and then your other pedals come after. So what I've done is I've hooked up a Danelectro Chicken Salad Vibrato, which is kind of a rotary speaker, univibe type of effect. Univibe was something used a lot by Robin Trower, Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, kind of a pulsating effect. So I'll just screw around, make some things up, and, you know, see what comes out. It's a little crispy sounding. This guitar always sounds crispy and trebly. See if I can dial some of that out. Okay, I like it. I'm calling it a night. I'm calling it quits. And that's the way that story ends. The one thing that happened when we first got this was there was some kind of a problem. I think it was with the input impedance. I was hearing a lot of crackling and like unnatural sounding breakup when I would play it, because all these amps have tubes in them. So the first thing the signal sees when it comes into the amp is a tube. And Marc was using a solid state amp, and the thing was sounding fine. So he was a little mystified at my critique, but he solved the problem. I actually shipped the pedal back to him after I ran through it and demoed it, and he fixed it. He identified the problem, fixed it, sent it back to me, and voila, now it's a grungy sounding one-trick pony, but it's a one-trick pony in a good way. I really like the sound of it, and the louder the amp gets, the better I like the pedal. Now, unfortunately, I'm out in the woods here, and my neighbors are only about 100 yards away, and you know, I get this Fender Concert back here, and this Black Dutch thing, and the Fender Princeton, and you know, I don't get to let them off the leash very often. But today was Saturday, and they were out evangelicizing, or whatever you call it, around various other neighborhoods. So I had the neighborhood to myself, and I could blast a little bit. So it was good, and hope you liked it.